Happy birthday to us, Fly Plugins. Welcome,
Happy
everybody.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Welcome, everybody, to our August edition of Office Hours, where we talk about our plugins, WP Courseware, S3 Media Maestro, internally, and we talk about WordPress in general as well. And so we just want to welcome you. We are celebrating our 6th birthday. We are turning 6. Actually, we turned 6 last month, so we're kind of a little bit late on that. But yeah, we've been around a little while, so we're celebrating.
Yes, 6 years of premium plugins, starting with WP Courseware.
Yep.
And we launched that in summer of 2012. Actually, sort of by accident, because Ben and I were building an online course, and thank you, Yannicka. We were building an online course, and at the time, there were actually no course builder plugins, or as we say now, learning management system plugins for WordPress, right? So.
Yeah, we were first to the market, so we're pretty proud of that, and we built it from necessity. We like Nate said, we stumbled upon this. It's funny because we actually built the plugin and we almost didn't know what to call it. We really didn't even know what we had, but no, it's been a fun ride.
Yes. Yeah, then we followed up pretty quickly with, I guess it was pretty quickly with S3 Media Maestro.
Yeah, S3 Media Maestro came by pretty quick, and that was also out of necessity. We needed a way to protect video from being hijacked and stolen and shared across the internet. So we built S3 Media Maestro. Actually, so we built basically both of these plugins out of necessity for our own. For our own need, but little did we know, lots of people needed it.
Right. Do we have anything in here?
Cool. Well, yeah. Let's see if do we have any questions for this month?
We do have a couple. Actually, speaking of S3 Media Maestro. And I think this is from Chris. He hit us up on Twitter too, so I'll follow up with him after our webinar via Twitter, just to make sure that that's an answer. He's wanting to know about S3 Media Maestro supporting the .m3u8 video format.
So is possible, but our current S3 Media Master does not support that. What I'm saying is it's possible for a future edition of it, right. And I believe that has to do with streaming video.
Yeah,
it has to do with video streams. So yeah, definitely something to look into. I feel like I've had that request once or twice already. I'd have to go back and look on our Trello board to see if we've had that request before, but I feel like I have.
Yeah. What's the more popular streaming format? I know we've gotten a few requests for that.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember.
Because isn't M3U8 very similar to HLS?
That's the one, HLS.
I thought, are they not one and the same?
They could be. I'm just trying to.
I think maybe
the other one was called
might be an HLS format.
Let's see if I can figure it out real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was looking into.
Oh, it's a playlist file.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess it has
Let's see here.
Well, S3 Media Maestro does support playlists, but not through an entire file import like that.
Yes, because a single file, like an M3 U8 file, I believe, contains playlist possibilities and even like feature tags and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it maybe could be played. To be honest, we've never tried. It might be able to be played through the media player, but yeah, it hasn't been tested, or we don't claim support for it for sure.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is the same thing or not, but I was thinking of RTMP.
RTMP.
Yeah.
That was the one I was thinking of.
That's the live streaming.
It's live stream. That's it. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of what, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few requests for that. I generally, it's kind of tough because I generally recommend at least with WP Courseware, that people just use, Zoom or whatever it is as a live webinar embed, and then they can always record that and protect it later as a downloadable video.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't had that many requests, but
yeah, I'm hoping that we can support that kind of stuff in the future. Just right now, it's not supported officially.
Looks like we had a question here just come in. It says, this is referring to WP Courseware. Is it possible to have a download button for lesson resources in the sidebar, specific for that lesson? So currently there's no easy way through WP Courseware to do that. It would require some kind of custom sidebar widget, but there is a plugin called, I want to say it's called Widget Context or Context Widget. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, I think it's called Widget Context, and I believe you can apply certain widgets or sidebar widgets to either a specific page, or in this case, it would be a specific course unit, or I think you can even target a custom post type, which would be course units. And I don't know if it might even be possible to target tags, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to take a look, but that would be an option or a workaround that you could use.
Yeah, and any developer that you would hire probably could be able to code that custom for you. Probably wouldn't be that difficult.
Would that be a custom field? Could you use
event custom fields, for example? Specify lesson resources like a zip file or something like that.
Yeah.
And then say in the widget, if this unit has lesson resources, display a download button type deal.
Oh, that would be pretty slick.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. I don't think we've had that feature request before.
I don't think we ever have either. I like that one, actually. The unit below the content in the back end.
Yeah, it'd be an advanced custom field. So ACF could do that, right, Corey?
Yeah. Maybe you could just put a link in the unit below the content she's responding. I guess you could, in the unit content, put some type of Dropbox link or something like that in the unit content area, HTML area. So that could work as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Many different ways to do it, but I believe the simplest way would just be to be able to upload those lesson resources either to the media library or to like Dropbox, for example, and then put a link in the content area of the unit that you're wanting to give lesson resources for, and that would be the simplest.
What was the plugin name that you mentioned, Ben? I think
It's called Widget Context.
Okay, I'll just pop a link into the chat with that one. There we go. Cool.
Yeah, and hopefully that answers your question. I mean, there's no way out of the box to do it, but a button is nice. And you could always style that link to be a button, depending on the theme that you're using. So
cool. Okay, it's a good one.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that could be a good add-on, like to WP Courseware, like a separate plugin add-on, you know, lesson resources or something like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty slick.
Yeah, we haven't really put a lot of effort into in-unit resources, just because so much of what we've done has been focused on the course outline, the overall course outline itself. But yeah, it's possible to add some more in-unit stuff with them being a custom post type. I mean, I think most users probably just use like, you know, download links within the post, stuff like that. Okay, cool. That's a good one. Let's see what else I have here. Marian asks, he or she is new to WP Courseware and looking for general overview and possibly some marketing tips.
So general overview of WP Courseware. Obviously, it's a learning management system, and you can build your online course and sell it fairly simple. In fact, a couple of releases ago, we included a native shopping cart with 2 payment gateways. So you can build your course out. The hierarchy of the course is your top level. Then you have modules, units, and quizzes kind of sit on top of units. You can have multiple modules per course, and you can have multiple units per module. It's a single quiz per unit, and that's a basic overview. As far as marketing, Nate probably has some really good tips on that. He's our marketing guru.
Sure, yeah, it's and getting started with the plugin, we've got a few dozen tutorial videos on our YouTube channel, which we've worked on over the years, and also support.wpcourseware.com, I think, has around 100 or so articles that Ben's put a lot of effort into. So if you'd rather just see step configuration steps written out, those are there. As far as marketing goes, we've got a bunch of different stuff on our blog. We recently did a blueprint course creation blueprint series, so we have a lot of articles. But going back to 6 years ago, I think we have a lot of different articles related to marketing. You can comb through the blog and see what's there. Marketing an online course, it's an interesting process because it usually requires, obviously there's social media. You can use Facebook ads. You can advertise on Instagram. YouTube is probably a great place to start too, producing some free video content there. A lot of our users come in with an existing audience from a blog or some sort of personal brand. maybe a podcast. So yeah, typically what we see is when entrepreneurs launch a course, already been giving away a pretty decent amount of free content for a while. So as our friend Pat Flynn always says, just be everywhere, give your knowledge away first, and then start selling it later.
Yeah. And if you want to get off to a quick start, if you're starting fresh, and you don't have that authority built yet, or you're not everywhere yet, Facebook ads is a great place to start. Nate's done a fabulous job with our Facebook ad process, and it's fairly cheap. I think, I don't know, would it be fair to say, Nate, that we convert a sale for maybe $3 to $5?
About $5 on Facebook. Yeah.
So in reality, it's obviously depending on how much you're spending on your how much you're selling your course for. But that's, when you build a course, I would have to say that your profit margin is higher than 95%. So if you're spending, 5-10% of that on an ad, there's a lot of profit involved in there. So it's worth it.
Depends on what value you put on your time, because they are very time consuming to produce. But
they are, but it's like we always say, you spend a lot of that time up front. And then once you put it out, you're selling that course and it's on autopilot. It's selling itself, and you don't have to reproduce that same course over and over again. Once it's produced once, and then you get, you enroll 10 students one month, 20 the next month, and you're scalable because, once your course is built, your overhead doesn't grow anymore as you get more students. So your profit only goes up.
Right. Yeah, and even though it's a little bit different because we're selling software as opposed to a course, if anybody wants to check that out, you can always unsubscribe at any time, but you can go to our Facebook page and see the button at the top, the call to action. Click that, sign up. You'll get a series of emails with one of them culminating. I believe it's the 8th email. So we send a series of 7 emails with just free, valuable content. And then the 8th email finally mentions the plugin. But you can check that out and kind of see how that works. It's a great way to start for courses too. And obviously free web advertising, free webinars on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
For courses is just an absolute home run. And Amy Porterfield does just a phenomenal job of that. So
yeah, that's another important point, is make sure you start an email list right from the get-go. Collect those email addresses. I know it's hard starting out with the new business because you're spending more than is coming in, but it's an investment. And so, if you're spending $30 with ConvertKit to get those email addresses, it's going to benefit you in the long run. That's one thing that Nate and I did right from the get-go, and I'm so glad we did. We started an email list, and it's grown over these past 6 years. And so, it's definitely something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just give stuff away and offer value. Lead with that. Yeah. And Facebook is still, as you said, Ben, it's still cheap.
Oh yeah.
It's, to advertise on Google AdWords. If you're selling a $2,000 course, you could probably, the high price of Google AdWords ads probably wouldn't affect you that much. But yeah, Facebook is, it's still inexpensive real estate.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's a good. I always love talking about marketing.
I do too. I like talking about business. And business.
Maybe we should just do. We should have an office hour session dedicated to marketing.
Just business and marketing.
Yeah,
or a podcast. A podcast would be fun too.
Right. Yeah. So if anybody watching this has any thoughts on what you'd like to hear for a podcast, hit us up.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll get a green screen for it.
Yeah, so we can put birthday signs behind this.
Dude, this is great. It's not great.
It's awesome.
I love it. That's a real hat though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I meant to get a cake, but then I realized it's kind of hard to send that through Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome to send me cake, Nate.
I can send you a cake.
Yeah. The really funny thing is, I borrowed this hat from my mom this morning, and she offered to make a cake.
Oh, it's your birthday? Oh,
right.
Nice. Hard to believe, man. It's flown by. Yeah. We have so many amazing customers that have allowed us to do this for this long.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey, to say the least.
Yeah. Right.
Not always easy, but it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah, no startup is. Let me see if you had anything else come in here. I know sometimes we get these last minute. No, I think that was it.
Okay.
For website submissions, anyway.
So one thing I wanted to mention, I had a question pop up in support. I don't know, about a week ago or so. It was a good question. There's a lot of buzz going on right now about Gutenberg, and so Gutenberg does apply to WP Courseware in a couple different places. It does apply to the course units, and now it applies to courses because they are both custom post types. Mm-hmm. So I actually installed Gutenberg, and I kind of played around with it, and it honestly, it kind of works out of the box for both courses and for units. There's probably a few adjustments we'd need to make with some of the layout of the courses admin page, but for the most part, for the units, it looked pretty good. Obviously, we're going to have to do some thorough testing when the time comes. But I know that that release is still probably a few months out. Corey, is that about right?
Yeah, I read the other day that they don't have a firm timeline on 5.0, which is when Gutenberg will be officially introduced. But in the last release of WordPress, they put a kind of a banner introduction to Gutenberg and offering, allowing people to try Gutenberg, Yeah. So I know that they've gotten a lot more installs and a lot more people trying it since then, and they've even gotten feedback. Some of it not so great, some of it others way better. But I would say eventually, like, we're going to make some tweaks so that ours works out of the box. But eventually, I'd like to see us maybe have a specific block for like our short codes and stuff like that. So I would say look forward to that. But they did say that the release 4.9.9, the one release before 5.0, is 6 to 8 weeks out.
Okay. So that's at least a couple months out. And So it's going to be a big change to WordPress. But I think it's a good step in the right direction. So we'll
absolutely.
And if any of you listening out there, if you want to, install Gutenberg and play with course units and courses, feel free. And if you find something, issues, bugs, please feel free to contact support. We'll definitely investigate those and make sure that we take care of those and fix things before the actual release comes out. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's smart they're being careful with it, because we were obviously all at WordCamp US in December, and I think they were shooting for May.
I think it was April of this year. Yeah,
April or May.
Yeah,
April. Yeah, but keeping it over as the plugin, keeping it over there, and just letting people play around with it that way, I think was a smart move. And they're not going to wreck a bunch of websites. So
yeah,
that's a lot of websites to wreck.
Yes. Be over the 100 million mark.
Yeah.
Wow. So
great.
Well, that's about the only thing I could think of that popped into support that I wanted to mention.
Did that user in support, did he actually have it installed and he was asking about an issue, or was he just asking about support?
He was just asking if it was compatible, if we've already, made everything compatible. And so to be completely honest and transparent, I hadn't even opened up Gutenberg until a week or two ago, whenever that was. But his ticket that came into the support queue, it kind of influenced me to go ahead and install it and just kind of poke around a little bit. And it seems to work. It seems to work okay right now out of the box. Like I said, there's probably a few tweaks we need to make. Aside from that, I think we're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotcha. Cool. Love it.
Yeah. So
great. I think that's all we had. I don't see. Let's see. Nothing pending in chat. We're good with our website submissions. So yeah.
Let me see if nothing came in on YouTube. Give me just a second.
Okay, sure.
I accidentally closed that a bit ago. Let's see if anything came on in chat there. No, looks good for right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we are good. Well, cool.
Very cool.
I guess now we can go celebrate, go eat some cake.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll have to figure out what we're going to do for number 7.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah.
Lots of good stuff going on. So yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah. So, and thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoy these office hour sessions. And if you do enjoy them, would you do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel? Feel free to post anything in the comments. I'm typically in YouTube and, answering questions and that sort of thing. And just remember our office hours every 4th Friday of every month. So I believe next month, let me check my calendar. I did not check this beforehand.
28th
will be the 28th. So the 28th, wow, September. The 28th of September at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys then. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.